Welcome back to Point Blank on Razor TV. Tonight we are talking about blogs. But before we continue, if you just joined us, we have in our living room a winner and a finalist of the Oh My Blog Awards. Anyway, let's take a quick look at our web comments. Because someone is singing high praises of Razor TV, we feel that we should share it with you.
Wow, can I read this? It's very good.
Thank you, Fox Mulder, for saying that Razor TV is a very cool concept. I'm sitting at a cafe having an iced tea and a slice of cake while watching live TV. I wish I was having iced tea and a slice of cake too.
Yeah, me too.
It doesn't get any better than this, you bet. Razor TV rules. Thanks for sounding like such a fan.
Wow.
We appreciate it so much, Fox Mulder. And back to the studio, our nice guests who have agreed to come on our show today, chatting about with us blogs, because blogs are definitely really personal, very personal, contain very personal views and perspectives. The thing is that in blogs, the status of such sources in terms of social, political commentary, well, they've not really enjoyed the best of reputations.
Yeah, I guess, some question the objectivity and the accuracy and the truth of these blogs. Yeah, and with others dumbing down the entire trend of blogs as reserved only for the cyber-savvy individuals who need to rant and vent. But, for instance, this is how much American consumers trust blogs.
Let's take a look at this. This is a chart that shows us how much online American consumers trust sources of information about products or services. Okay, the opinion of a friend ranks all the way up there at 83%. Keep looking. Down.
Look, second last from the bottom.
Look at what an online review by a blogger stands. Right at the bottom of the hierarchy at 30%.
Yeah, and information online in chat rooms or discussion blogs is 37%. It's even that's higher than bloggers.
Yeah, how does you guys are bloggers and you just gave away some awards for blogs. What do you think of something like that? That blogs are enjoying the least amount of trust among consumers in terms of being a credible source of information. Okay, let's silence in the room. Yeah. How about you?
Actually, blogs is not really. I don't think it's really that reliable because it's one person's perspective. But then again, everybody has their own perspective. Even in an online forum, it's also one person's perspective. It's just that it's multiple people throwing in their comments, and maybe they will see 2 or 3 people, and they'll be like, "Oh, I agree with these people." So it's mostly because whether they agree with the person's perspective or not. Mostly it's this way.
你呢 Kenny 你觉得说如果你看到这个 statistics 说 in terms of trust blogs enjoy the least amount of trust 那么你是身为一个 blogger 还赢了一个 most insightful blogger award.
Let's give some insight.
Yeah. Why people don't trust what you're saying or you think that is not the case?
Yeah, 就是很多人一直问我说我写的东西到底是真的还是假的
对。
如果他们有看的话，我今天跟他们解释一下了。
OK， 好，解释吧。
那其实你如果要把一个东西写得好看，你有时候要做一些对等的东西。我是觉得有做一些修改，但基本上98%写的东西是真的。
有点加盐，有点加醋。
没有，只是把它弄成比较 more interesting。如果你照实搬，有时候真的是不好看。然后如果不好看的话，你根本是不到你那个 purpose 让人家来看的东西。
所以你觉得说加一点盐加一点醋是 hook people in， 但是那个 the core of everything remains true。
对，如果是人家发现是假的，他会对你完全没有兴趣嘛，不然也都是好像等于看戏。就我觉得 blog 的东西应该是比较说生活化的东西，所以如果说是造假的话，应该是没有什么意思了。
A bit pointless, huh? Yeah, that's true. How about you, Alvin? What do you make of it? I mean, clearly, Oh My thinks that it's an important area to to highlight, to give away awards for blogs.
I think one of the reasons we are doing the Singapore Blog Awards for Oh My is that we have to we notice this also, as in there are a lot of blogs out there. In fact, I remember Binton Chef with this. A lot of people calling the father of the internet when he was in Singapore recently. I think he mentioned that on Google site and Blogspot, the average of the number of bloggers reading a blog is 1.1. So a lot of blogs out there actually have maybe 0 or just themselves reading it. So why Oh My does this award is basically just to sift out all the better ones. So if you go to Kenny's one and Joanna's one, they're probably the better one that you can go and read and they're reliable, as opposed to all those that you see out there, which is maybe just 1 or 2 people reading it. Yeah.
Okay, let's go on and our all the critique that has been surrounding blogs. Well, mostly it's really about attacking the blogs, the credibility of blogs
And the blogger, yeah.
and the blogger definitely. For instance, let's take a look at this. Blogging has been, put up as ranting and raving. You know what I mean? Now you can show the whole world why no one listens to you. That's so sad, huh?
Oh, it seems like the guy who came out with this thinks that the technology of blogging has simply offered people who spout nonsense the opportunity to embarrass themselves on a worldwide web platform.
Yeah, what do you make of this? This sort of comment that says, that bloggers have actually nothing much to say except.
So you just go online and you rant and you rap and you babble. That's all. Nothing
Yeah. What
constructive.
kind of this is one of the critique that people have of blogs. So what do you feel about it?
By the way, 你们相信吗？你们看 blog 的东西？
我看是说，对我个人来说呢，是 it's more an issue of what topic I want. I go to which kind of blog.
Okay.
Like for example, if I want to look at food, I'll go to Chubby Hubby. You know what I mean?
Oh, I eat that.
I eat, I should, I blog.
Oh, that one.
Something
Yeah,
I eat, I should, I blog. Things like that. If I want insightful comments on social life, if I read Chinese,
Kenny.
I'll go to Kenny's blog. If I want to see a teenage girl's life, in an interesting
Go
way,
to Zoe's.
or somebody who I can interview, Zoe. It depends. I feel it depends on.
Which context?
As you mentioned, I post was also one of the finalists for most insightful, but you beat him.
Yeah.
你们有没有去看他的那个 blog? This morning I went in and see and there are lots of comments about it. You all can go in and have a look.
我有看。
Yeah. What do you say?
就是他的一些 supporter 的一些不满啊。
不满。我看呢，在 any given competition, there will be people who are unhappy that some people have won. You can't
definitely.
please everyone.
Yeah.
我只是想知道说他们有没有看我的咯。
No.
Before they
To be
made
fair.
made a comment.
Yeah, okay. You can decide after you read Kenny's blog if you actually, if you can read Chinese. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't, so
Yeah, that's -1 person.
Oh no.
Okay, moving on.
So how about news stations who want
Yeah.
to jump onto the waves of the blogging revolution?
For instance, if you are a news organization like CBS News, like this comic strip here,
Well, your credibility, see, it's going through a shredder. It's reduced to shreds once you enter its uncharted territory of the blogosphere.
we see a lot of news stations, like, even Straits Times. Look at us,
not
RazorTV.
us.
We don't just blog, we make a TV station out of the
no,
online
take it
medium.
one step further.
Right. So what do you think about that?
Do you think like TV stations lose their credibility once they go blogging?
I don't really have any comments.
You think? How about you guys? About news stations some news stations have chosen to make their reporters blog. For instance, StraightScience.com recently had Mark Lim who blogged live from the table tennis match in the Beijing Olympics. So every second he was like blogging, everything that was happening.
Every second.
Like the comic strip we just saw earlier on, it was about the fact that once news stations get blogging, it means trouble for accuracy of news. What do you think about that?
I
Do you
I
think
can
that's the
speak
case?
for the OMI bloggers, because actually for OMI, the entire team, we do have blogs. Most of us do have blogs. Even myself, I do have a blog. But
Very
I think
interesting.
a lot of it has to go down to your own responsibility, because you don't touch about some sensitive things on work. That will definitely hampers your integrity and everything. Yeah, so it's more on your own discretion that you don't mix certain things. Yeah.
Okay, but do you have to take extra care to show that whatever you blog is not representative of OMI, for example? Is that a consideration that you have to take?
We
Or
Is your blog like a personal blog or is it under OMI? Under OMI.
It's under OMI.
So are you made to blog?
No,
So
I'm
they
not.
give you Alvin, you have to blog.
No, I'm not made to blog.
Oh, so
In fact, I
you-
was even blogging before
you
I
were
joined
blogging.
OMI, so yeah.
So you're just carrying on under OMI.
Okay. Well, there are also some people who think of bloggers as simply a breed who bark up the wrong tree. Blogs, for some people, like this, I had my own blog for a while, but I decided to go back to just pointless, incessant
Some
barking.
people think that blogs are just, a way of incessant, pointless barking like the comic. Ranting, raving lunatics, yeah, a lot of them. It's all gone to the dogs.
Yeah, that's what some people say, and that's, I guess, a more traditional perspective of how blogs are viewed as, like people who rant and rave, who just are angry and want to, just keep barking.
Well, I think that's unfair. I mean, like, say if I did a blog search and I stumbled upon a few people who are ranting and raving, I should search more to find like the people who don't rant and rave. I mean, maybe there are only a few people, but they spoil it for like the blog name or the blogger's name.
So what about you guys? What do you think of it? The fact that there is just complaints, people who love to complain, people who want to rant and rave. You think that's the case for blogs?
Do you
I
rant
think
and rave
if
in
you
your
keep
blog?
ranting and complaining, people also won't read. So if you don't like the blog, don't read long.
Yeah, you lose your readers.
Yeah,
Yeah, and also for the readers, same thing. I don't like it, then just don't read long. It's not. Yeah.
How about you, Kenny? Do you agree that there are a lot of blogs out there, or this reputation that blogs have, that they are just 整天就是在 complain， 没有什么好东西讲的。
但是这就是自由了，就是 blogger 的自由了，所以你有自由看，跟你有自由写了，所以 at least 就说现在变成这个是一个新的一个局面的出现哦，大家都可以讲了，不像以前说没有一个管道讲，所以这个出现，所以我们要讲 adjust 是另外一件事情了。
但是你觉得这个不是问题了，不是成为问题？
不是问题，因为它不会阻碍到你，你可以不要看的咯，就是你可以switch it off， don't go and
Yeah,
just
exactly.
yeah.
If you don't want it, don't look at it.
Yeah.
Just have-
Well, there are some other critics of bloggers who get actually more personal, like this, for instance.
They attack bloggers for the lack of a life. Lousy haircuts don't ever get laid. So now they're monks, are they?
Yeah, it says bloggers were invented around 300 AD and were originally called monks.
Like their distant descendants, monks had shitty haircuts and never got laid.
Harsh, man, this person.
That's painful.
Harsh. Just saying that, people who blog have not much of a life and hide behind their computers and just document. Do you feel that that's the case with bloggers nowadays?
Actually, I really disagree with that.
You have a big life.
Because if that was the case and I was really behind the computer all the time, then where do my pictures come about?
Definitely.
Right? My pictures can't appear like behind like a green screen and I just pose there with my friends and it's like, I just change the background to something else, I actually go to the place. So usually I blog is at night, like really late at night, like 12 midnight.
After finish the entire day's of
Yeah,
activity.
after like a tiring day of going out, shopping, eating and everything. Yeah, then I will sit down actually when I have the time to blog. I don't really like, everyday blog, blah, 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 and then like sit behind my computer and then just insanely type on my keyboard, It must have, I obviously have a life, or else readers won't come. You can't blog about like gaming and everything.
That's right.
Yeah, not all the time.
Yeah, and for Kenny, if there was no reflection, if he didn't go out and see those two guys,
There's nothing to reflect on.
The person who almost drowned, you would have nothing to reflect
Precisely.
on. Well, the conclusion is bloggers do have a life. So you, whoever wrote that, listen
Take
to
it
this. Well, and some bloggers get into some pretty serious trouble, the kind that Zoe is really afraid of.
Yeah,
Serious
getting
legal
sued.
trouble. It's not just about getting made fun of, okay? There are super uber heroes, the likes of Jeff Wee.
Now, this popular Malaysian social political blogger was ordered by the court to remove more than 10 postings of his blog called Screenshots. The New Straits Times Press had sued him for libelous comments.
Libelous comments, yeah.
Libel. But, his blog is still alive and well today. I actually saw it the other day.
Well, it's one of the rarer, I think it was one of the first of such lawsuits in Malaysia, actually. Who is Jeff Wee, actually? Well, apparently he's a Malaysian IT consultant by profession. He's a blogger and politician. What you see here is Jeff Wee in Parliament as the Democratic Action Party, or DAP, MP for Jelutong. He's currently the Member of Parliament for Jelutong, well, in his 12th Malaysian Parliament.
Yeah, Jeff Wee writes for a popular blog known as Screenshots, which he started in January 2003. It covers current issues relating to Malaysia, mainly on politics.
Well, Jeff Wee's blog, Screenshots, has been dubbed Malaysia's most influential blog by Malaysia Kini, which is also a popular local online news publication.
And in 2005, Screenshots won the Asia category Freedom Blogs Awards given by Reporters Without Borders.
So we see this super uber hero of a blogger who
Jeff
has
Wee,
run
my
into
hero.
a rough run with the law. Well, before we continue and talk about bloggers who are on the borders of running in with the law, we're actually going to have a live interview on the phone with another popular Malaysian blogger. We're calling him now.
Yeah.
His name is Ahiruddin Atan, better known as Rocky. That's right. He will actually have a chat with us.
He's the president of the National Alliance of Bloggers, and Rocky's also the advisor to the National Press Club, which consists of journalists. And incidentally,
he's also RazorTV's Malaysia correspondent. He just covered our the by-elections in Pematang Pau in Penang most recently. And his blog, you see here, is called Rocky's Brew. Well, it deals with political and social issues in Malaysia.
Yeah. We now have Rocky calling live from KL.
Hi, Rocky.
Hello.
Hi, you're talking to quite a couple of people in the studio, actually. You have Alvin.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, okay, let me just introduce you to them. You have Alvin, who's a marketing executive from Oh My. You have Kenny, who just won Most Insightful Blog Award from Oh My.
Yep.
And a finalist of Best Photo Blog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in from Oh My as well. So, Rocky, we were just talking about Jeff Wee.
My friend Jeffrey.
Yeah, I was trying to get a bit of your reaction from there. So, Jeff Wee had a run-in with the law, didn't he?
Oh yeah, both of us did actually back in January last year.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
Sorry?
Can you tell us a bit more about it? What happened?
Okay, we were sued by the Newsprint Times of Malaysia he was sued over I think 10 or 15 postings, and I was sued for over 40 postings of mine.
Wow,
the two separate cases, they are still ongoing.
Okay, so so as of now, it's still ongoing. So you haven't had to remove your postings yet?
No, the thing is that they did not get any injunction against me. They did against Jeff Wee, but not Jeff Wee as you know. He enjoys some immunity in Parliament because he's already a member of Parliament.
So what's your view of political bloggers who are on the borders of the law? I mean, risking defamatory comments, risking libel, by blogging about such sensitive political issues.
Well, that's a very interesting topic you're discussing. Actually, here in Malaysia, I think things are coming to a blow. Maybe I'm just speculating, but things really heating up here. I have just issued a statement today, together with the Center of Policy Initiatives and NGO, to ask the government not to use the ISA, the Internal Security Act, against bloggers. We are hearing talk that Raja Petra Kamarudin may be subject to arrest, and these all still rumors, but we are preempting that, and we are asking, pleading, and telling the government not to resort to ISA because we have enough laws to address blogging and defamation and libel in blogging and whatnot.
What is your opinion or your views about the health or the protection that bloggers have currently in Malaysia, or if you can comment in Singapore as well, in terms of whether you are happy or glad to blog freely on the internet?
I think what blogging does for both Malaysia and Singapore, because our countries shared. We are both quite notorious when it comes to press freedom. But we blogging, both Singapore and Malaysia can proudly claim that we enjoy great press freedom in the sense that we can exercise freedom of information, freedom of expression on the net.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's good. I think it is good. I'm sure your guests, our guests on the show today,
Yeah.
they all can attest to being free in expressing themselves. Even if you are a personal blogger, even if you are rambling, or even if you do photography and things like that, it's freer on the net than on traditional media.
That's right. Well, thanks very much, Rocky. Thanks for calling us from KL. Well, that was Rocky calling live from KL on blogging. Well, but before we continue with our guests in our living room, we'll have to go for a break. But more on blogging in Singapore after the break.
We'll be right back.